Hey everybody, welcome back to Cheap Comic Collector. This is part 2 of buying from Floyd's Comics and Toys in Houston, Texas. They're a great seller on hip comics, and you should check them out. If you watched the first episode yesterday, then you know that I got most of these books for 50 cents. Everything you see today was basically listed at 50 cents. With shipping, they came out to 80 cents. They had a half price sale over the holidays. That's where these came from. Usually their cheapest price is $1. But anyway, I got some great stuff. Just showing it to you. Really recommend them as a seller. They are fantastic. And they included some free trade paperbacks in my order, which I'll show you when we get to the end. They're at the back of the box. Before we get started here, if you could please like and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps us out. It lets YouTube know what you like. It will help YouTube. Actually, not only does it help us, but it also helps YouTube push the kind of videos to you that you want to see. So if you want to see more comic book content, get aware of other channels, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That will help me out, and it also helps you out because YouTube will push the appropriate content towards you as a viewer. So right off the bat, let me first get rid of that. There we go. Avengers number 260. Nice. From 1985. Did not have this one. It's a Secret Wars 2 crossover. The Nebula. And some Fury of Firestorm issues. I don't have a whole lot of these. This is number 18 from 1983. Got a really bad rolled spine, but that's all right. As long as it's complete, that's all that matters for my collection. We got DNA agents, the new DNA agents, however you want to say it. Is it DNA agents or DNA agents? I don't know. Anyway, that's number 1. And we have the Owl. Now, this is a series that I hadn't heard of before. It's from 2013, and it's one of the Dynamite series. I believe that this is one of the, their superpowers line, where they take the older characters from the golden age of comics and kind of revamp them for the modern day. I'm not positive. Yeah, we can see the Black Terror and some of the other ones in here. So that comes out of that. I've never heard of the Owl, so I don't know if this is a new character or an old one. But he's very purple, at least on this cover. And next up, we have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 104. We've got the Rocket Racer dead in my sights. Nothing can stop me now. And you got to see Spider-Man's hand coming up over the brick wall there. That's cool. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 118. Looks like Alexander has the power to level cities. S.H.I.E.L.D. has the power to level Alexander. Spider-Man versus the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right. And here's number 149. What about Carrion? What about Carrion? And number 152, the Lobo Brothers attack and the nightmare begins. I think I used to have this one as a really old beat up issue that was all torn all over the place and stuff. And here's 153, Tombstone versus Bruiser, Hammerhead versus the Webhead. 2 bone-crushing battles in one Titanic issue. And 155, The Triumph of Tombstone. Spider-Man betrayed by Joe Robertson. So there's Joe back there. He's hanging out with Tombstone in prison, it looks like. I remember bits and pieces of that storyline where he had to go to prison. And here's number 156. His name is Banjo, and he hates it when you pick on him. All right, well, my list says I have that one. Don't remember that cover, but okay. Spectacular Spider-Man 228, Time Bomb Part 1. Peter Parker's just not looking like himself right there. Maybe he needs to eat a Snickers, huh? That's what I think. And here's annual number 6. This is from 1986. And apparently this is Cage 2. Now, I have no idea what that means. To me, it would mean he has some kind of relation with Power Man, Luke Cage, but I may be wrong about that. I don't know anything about this character. And it looks like it's something I will have to read to learn about him. Which I will be happy to do. I'll do it so you don't have to. And here's annual number 14 from 1994. Enter the mind of a madman and learn the most shocking secret of all. From beyond the grave, the secret diary of the Green Goblin. And let's grab some more. And was able to fill in a few issues of the Spectra series from the 80s. This is number 3 from 1987. Number 4. Number 7. These are pretty cool covers. Number 8. And I believe this guy's name is Wotan. And then here's 11 from 93. And I'm going to keep this one. Somebody said these were really good. Obviously, an awesome cover. This cover is by Greg Hildebrandt. And but this is supposed to be a really good volume of this series. So I'm going to try and put those together, even though they're from the 90s. So here's number 12. And currently I have this one. It says I'm going to sell. I got this one listed to sell. So I'll have to put it over in the right pile. And there's another creepy cover. This is number 21. Got all these faces that the Spectra is standing on. Those aren't bricks. Those are faces. And then we're back to the 80s series. This is number 28. And number 30. And then we have Ultimate Marvel Team Up number 4 by Bendis and Mike Allred. This is Spider-Man and Iron Man of the Ultimate Universe. Back when the Ultimate Universe was cool. Ultimate Marvel Team Up number 7. This is Punisher and Daredevil and Spider-Man. With art by Bill Sienkiewicz. And there's number 10 with Spider-Man and the Man-Thing. And the Untold Tales of Spider-Man number 14 from 1996. And I'm keeping these two because I don't have very many of them, and I had almost this whole series at one point. And it's a series I sold off. This is one of the series I kind of regret having sold off because this was really good. It all dovetails into the original Amazing Spider-Man issues, and basically tells the story of Peter Parker when he had just, recently, back when he was still in high school. And they were only 99 cents when they came out. I can't believe it didn't last longer. It was such a great series. Web of Spider-Man, number 107. This is from 93. Number 121, Kane versus the Scarlet Spider. And number 124, The Mark of Kane, part 1 of 5. 126, The Trial of Peter Parker, part 1 of 4, even though that's only a couple issues, and it said this was 5 issues. So this must run through the various Spider-Man titles instead of it just all being in the same thing like it should be. All right, and then I picked up a bunch of Who's Who issues. The condition on these varies. I was hoping for better condition. Some of them are pretty nice, and the bags are just beat up. This is number 2, and I had this complete original series. This one's in really nice shape, but I had this original series, but it went back. They went through the fire, and they are and if I still have them, they're in really bad shape. They're not readable. They're just bundled up in a box and storage somewhere. Probably growing black as we speak. So I've been trying to put a more to get those issues again, so I can have a complete set. And this one's pretty beat up. This is number 5. Covers Kronos to Cyclotron. Got the great George Perez covers. And but this one's been well read. So I think what I did was I looked at the number 2, saw that it was in decent shape, and then didn't look at the rest of them, assuming that they were all be in similar shape, and that was a mistake. They're not. This is number 6. This one covers Daily Planet to Dr. Polaris, and this one's even worse shape than the last one. It's got holes in the spine and so forth, but it'll do until a better copy comes along. It's still perfectly readable. The pages inside aren't that bad. As readable as the Who's Who series was, I do remember it being difficult to read because of the printing, the way they printed them and so forth. That's back when they were still doing the odd coloring, and they had these yellow backgrounds, and this print was small, and sometimes the print didn't print as clearly as it could have. But anyway, this is number 7, a little bit better shape, but still worn. Dr. Psycho to Fastback, the turtle from Captain Carrot. And this is number 9. This one's pretty bad too. Most of these are quite worn. So far, number 2 was the only one that I thought was the shape of all of them. This goes from Fatal 5 to Gargwax. And just great covers, though. And here we have number 12. And let's see, I actually already have a copy of this one, so let's see what kind of shape this one's in. This one's in a little bit better shape. It's still worn, but it's not, it's got some pretty bad ticks over here. So this is going to go for a trade, I guess, because I think I have a good copy of this one. But I'll check it. Take a look at the overall cover here. This one goes from Johnny Double to Kong. Kong. Oh, Kong the Untamed. Okay, yeah, I know who he is. Oh, there's my other issue. All right, never mind. Okay, so this one's going to trade. And so I didn't have an issue. It's just that I accidentally got 2 of them. And then this one is this one's in nice shape. This one is in good shape. So this one is going to go, yeah, in my collection. This is Johnny Double to Kong as well. It's the same issue, but on much nicer condition. And here we have number 14. Little bit of wear on this one, but this is acceptable. It's good. For me wanting nice copies of these, just because I'll use them a lot probably. Luthor to Masters of Disaster. Now it lists 4 different Luthors in here, so let's take a look at them. There's the original Luthor from Action Comics 23, so red hair. You got the Lex Luthor that first appeared in Adventure Comics 271. He's got his green battle armor on there. And then the Alexander Luthor from Earth 3, which first appeared in DC Comics Presents Annual number 1. And his son that was in Crisis on Infinite Earths. So he appeared in the first Crisis series. I forgot about him. So, all right, thanks. They could probably put 3 or 4 more of them in there by now. And I didn't show you the cover, did I? Luthor to Masters of Disaster. We're in this one. Nice cover. It's a little bit worn, but still in a good enough condition where I like it. And this is 25. I used to be able to do Roman numerals right away, and now I can't anymore. Yeah, this is number 25. This is from 1987. Was this the last issue? This might have been the last one. Not sure. No, there's another one. Yeah, they were only in the M's. This goes from Matrix Prime. This guy, whoever he is, to Mr. Takitani. You know who he is. And there's the cover. This one's in nice shape too. It's a little bit rough, but not bad. And next up we have number 26, Mr. Terrific to Nightmaster. And this one's in pretty nice condition too. It's got a little wear on the back. So it looks like the at the bottom it looks like the cover was misprinted a little bit. You can see the black print line across the bottom there. But pencils by Perez. Dick Giordano did the inks. Just gorgeous covers on these things. It's so cool seeing all the different characters like that in one shot. And here's number 17, Nightshade to Persuader. And this looks pretty good too. How many characters can you name without cheating? I'm not sure. Honestly, maybe about half of them. And there's number 18. Got Phantom Girl, Phantom Lady, Phantom Stranger, Phantom Zone to Pursuer. We got Poison Ivy, Professor Ivo hiding in the Poison Ivy. I think that's Professor Ivo. And Prankster holding on to Plastic Man flirting with the girls, basically all the girls. He's We've got Hands-On Phantom Lady, Phantom Girl, and Power Girl. Oh, and you got the Phantom Zone villains up here too, in like they're not really there as ghosts. That's cool. And here's number 19. We got the Puzzler to Roy Raymond. These were so much fun. I remember getting these. This was like, these were so important to me, getting these when they came out as just knowledge building for the different characters in the DC universes. Because, I mean, every issue had characters that I had never heard of when they came out. Here's number 22. Got Rubbered Up to Shining Knight. And another cool thing about these series here, this is a nice one too, is the back page where they showed like upcoming issues or recent issues, and then they'd tell where you could find, like if there's a character that was coming up in a soon, it would tell you where to find those characters. And I thought that was cool. Here's number 21. This is Shrinking Violet to Starfinger. And this one's in nice shape too. So about half of these are in decent shape. A couple little spine ticks on this one, but good shape. I know my copies were worn out by the time I got one reading of them, because I devoured these things. And here's a one I don't remember. I might not have had this one. This is 24. I got the Tim Trench to Universo. And I can honestly say I have never heard of Tim Trench. I do not know who that is. Says it was a private investigator. He started, first appearance was Wonder Woman 180. So there you go. I'd never heard of that character. So I know I didn't have this Who's Who when I was a kid. This was one I missed. A lot more detail on this cover than the other ones. Oh, George Perez didn't do this one. This one is by Eduardo Barreto. And I know on occasion George Perez had to have help with different projects because his art was so detailed, and they always threw so many characters at him in the stories that he drew that he would fall behind. And I don't know if he was having eye problems at that point later too. I know he had eye problems at some point. There's number 25. Unknown Soldier to Witch Boy. And I'll take a look and see who did this cover, because that doesn't look like George Perez or Eduardo Barreto. And they don't credit anybody in the main credits, and I don't see a signature on here, so I'm not sure who did the cover on this one. It's so fun to see a bunch of characters together that have absolutely nothing to do with each other. And here's 26. And I don't remember having a Wonder Woman issue of it either, so I didn't have this one either. This is the Wizard to the 1000. So this would have been the last issue of the original series, because they went to Zyklon and then they added in more characters to fill out the issue that they either missed the first go through or who's that guy? Wizard World. Appeared in Warlord. Okay. Not familiar with that either. And Wotan, I pointed out to him the Wrath. This is the Arek's sidekick, the Wyoming Kid from Western Comics #1. Exhale, the goddess that Starfire is always talking about. Yankee Poodle, Yellow Perry, Zamaron, Zatanna, Zatara, the Zoo Crew, Zoot Sputnik, Zyklon, Angel and the Ape, Black. So these are the characters they added in. Angel and the Ape, I don't know how they missed them the first time. They were in Showcase and everything. Blackjack from Atari Force, Cannon and Saber. I don't know anything about them. It says they were in Vigilante. Captain Triumph, again, a major character during the Golden Age. Although they didn't really do anything with him, he still should have been part of their history. Captain X, that's never heard of him either. It says he was in Star Spangled Comics #1. Dragon Sword from Warlord, Guy Gardner, Nodar, who is apparently a Green Lantern villain, Mechanique, Neutron, and the 1000 from Lois Lane. So, yeah, cool stuff. Oh, we got some more. We have updates. All right, from 87, update 87. This is number 5. Got Reaper to the appendix. So this was the last issue of the update. Got Pablo Marcos doing the cover. What's the appendix? All right, it just lists kind of little paragraph updates on stuff that they've learned since the original Who's Who was printed, it looks like. And here's number 4. So I guess we're going backwards. Oh, a lot of people on that cover. This is a Todd McFarlane cover. Well, there's interesting. I would not have known that Todd McFarlane did any covers for Who's Who. And here's number 1 from the 1988 update. I think I had this one as well. Got Amazing Man to Harlequin 2. All right. Finally got through those Who's Who's. And what's. And we have a Wolverine number 57. From 2007. And looks like the vultures are picking his bones clean. Wolverine number 61 from 2008. These are painted covers by Arthur Seidam. I'm not familiar with that name, but now you know. And here we have the Wrath of the Spectre number 3 from 1988. 4 thrillers, including the second death of Jim Corrigan. Got the Jim Aparo cover. And I think these were a reprint. I think this was a reprint series. Pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Adventure Comics, stories from Adventure Comics, 437 to 440. Cool. All right, and then we get into the extras that they sent me. So these are just little DC Connect issues. I guess you got these at the comic shops, and you were supposed to check off what you wanted and then turn it back into them. This was from 2020, but look at the covers. The covers are so cool. So this is the Joker War. So I threw a couple of these in here. This is Batman the Joker. Batman 3 Jokers. So just little kind of almost mini posters that they sent me that were just basically checklists for people to check off. Here we got Hellblazer, Rise and Fall, and same thing on the inside. Just got some advertisements for stuff, and then the checklist of what's coming out what week. And these aren't new; these are older ones from whenever. There's one that's advertising the other history of the DC universe with Black Lightning, and this is from 2020. So I thought those were cool. And then I got to these. We had DC, You're the Villain. This is my third or fourth copy of this, but this was free. So this is going to go into trade because, I mean, it was only 25 cents. I think everybody already has an issue pretty much. I think my first copy, I think Easy Comic Reader sent it to me as an extra. And at the same time, I had bought one in one of my buys. And now I've got this one, so I don't know how many copies I have, but here, and then we get into these trade paperbacks that they sent me. Look at this, Amazing Spider-Man: The Life and Death of Spiders. Pretty recent trade, I think. I don't know enough about the recent versions of Amazing Spider-Man to know what run this is from. This is volume 4, The Life and Death of Spider. Original material published in Amazing Spider-Man volume 2, 46 to 50. This is the second printing. But this is brand new trade paperback that they sent me. This is a $12 paperback. And then this one's a $12 paperback. This is Spectacular Spider-Man Countdown. And this is from 2004 as well as the first printing. But this contains Spectacular Spider-Man 6 to 10. So I'm not real big on trade paperbacks, but when people want to send them to me for free, that's good. And I also like that they include the covers, but they remove the logos so that you get a different kind of look at the artwork a little bit from just the cover being reprinted or just being the straight cover. Cute dog. And I don't really, Humberto Ramos, I never really cared a whole lot for his artwork. I kind of put up with it on Impulse because I like the Impulse character, but I don't like the angular look that he uses. It's just odd to me, but it's okay. I can live with it. So they sent me. These are $12 paperbacks. So they sent me $24 worth of extra merchandise when I was just buying 50-cent comics from them. And I thought that was so cool. So thank you very much to them. They sell on Hip Comics. It is Floyd's Comics and Toys. They're out of Houston, Texas. I have no idea if they have a shop or not. I only know them from their auctions on Hip Comics, and then, like I said, they were having a buy it now sale on some of their stuff. So that's where these came from. Thank you for watching, everybody. And I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. We'll probably do another What Am I Reading, because I don't think I have anything else in the pipeline right now. For the first time since I started the channel, as I'm recording this, I don't have any books on their way to me. And so the losing half my income thing is finally catching up to me, and a little bit. But we got the money coming in from the comic sales, and I do have others that I'm bidding on. I know I've won a bunch. I actually have won a bunch of the Dr. Skull auctions on eBay as I'm recording this right now, so I'll have to pay for those out of the money that's coming in. And they're just building up, because when he's ready to ship, he invoices you so that you don't have to pay the extra shipping, because otherwise it's like $6 an issue or something stupid the way eBay does it. So those are on the way. And of course we have the Comics Den sale that's coming up. Let's see, when is this going to air? This is gonna air February 1st. Happy February, everybody. And they're having their sale the last Saturday of the month in February, so that's a few weeks away. I will be going to that and grabbing a bunch of books. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Hope things are going well for you, and we will see you next time.